Testing, testing. Hot outbound count. 1, 2, 3, 4. You on the air?
The Honeymooners Podcast. The only podcast that is all about the greatest show of all time. With the stars, Joe Conti and Louis Fatts.
All right, welcome, fellow raccoons, raccoonets. What's happening, all you hurricanes, you Bensonhurst bombers, and the Freddie Mullers of the world? You're listening to the Honeymooners Podcast with me, Joe Conti, and my pal Louis Fatts.
The two of us are like the Three Musketeers.
That's right. Love that candy. The only discussion-based podcast all about the greatest show of all time. We record in the Non-Productive studios in Clifton, New Jersey. And if you're listening to this for the first time, subscribe. Go to iTunes. Give us a 5-star review. And tell us what you think. Our home base is the Non-Productive website. So if you want to listen to the show another way, you can go to non-productive.com/honeymooners. And we also have the Honeymooners Podcast Facebook page. How are you, pal?
I'm doing good, Joe.
Yes, we are the Three Musketeers, right?
Three Musketeers. Great line.
Yes, it really is. I mean, you know, we talk about how they're such great lines, and I wonder if people think, oh, we get it. You like the show. But there's just so many, and that's what's great. We are on number 10. This is our 10th episode, and I'm sure people are like, well, they're only going to be able to do another 29. It's like, no, that's not how this works.
No.
It's really not how this works. We are just talking about all different things honeymooners.
Right. We could have a show on Ralph's icebox. So we'll never run out of material.
I don't think so. I think I think
maybe in the stove too.
Yeah, exactly. You know what though? Before we get into the trivia, because we're going to do the trivia different now, because we're two bumbling idiots and we can't seem to get this right. We're just going to do a trivia question in the beginning of the show, and then we'll give you the answer at the end. It'll make it nice and easy.
We remember to give the answer at the end.
If we remembered to give the answer at the end. People always say when they talk about this show and some other the old shows, they would say, you know, and I understand when they say you can't make shows like that anymore, blah, 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 but they always say, that's when they used to do it live. It's like, they didn't do it live. They recorded in front of a live studio audience. But I think some people think that they were doing the show when it was on live, and that's not true.
Okay.
It was recorded. I think they said
kind of like The Odd Couple was recorded in front of a live audience.
In front of a live audience, yes. And I don't know if they mean that or they think that it was done on live television, but it wasn't live television. I think they said that. I think it was either 1,500 or 3,000 people they had in their studio.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think it was a ridiculous number, which makes sense because you get bigger laughs.
Big laughs, yeah.
You know,
you hear them laugh.
Yeah, you hear the laugh more. But yeah, it wasn't. And I think we already discussed this. We found out that they recorded 2 of them, and then they would splice it together. Yeah. And you notice it like in the dog's life when he's got the dog food. And there's a moment when they're just tasting the food on the cracker, him and Norton, and now when Ralph's like, that's great. And then they're realizing they could do this. At one moment, his jacket is buttoned, and then they go, and then 2 seconds later, his jacket is unbuttoned.
Yeah.
So obviously they took and that's what they do. They took the best from both.
of both and spliced it and got the end product.
That's what I want to know. I want to know if they ever could find it, the one that they didn't take. Because think about it. We would watch something that we've seen 8,000 times, but it wouldn't be the exact one.
Exactly.
And we would be like, whoa, his left foot moved a little bit or something. But they probably just...
Yeah, and you know how the particular nut Gleason was, that he would, the slightest little thing that was off, he would reject.
Right.
So just knowing him.
Yeah. That would be really, really good.
Oh, it would be great.
Yeah. But all right, so do you want to do the?
I'll do the trivia.
Yeah, we'll do the trivia
I'm
now.
the vice president of the trivia department. I had a board meeting with myself.
The
and
Veep.
I came.
Yeah, you're the Veep of trivia. Because Louis, I don't think we ever mentioned this. You have been working on a book.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah, a long time. Yeah.
And how many questions did you come up with?
Close to 800.
800 questions for the original 39.
Nine.
No lost episodes.
No, just original 39.
The original 39. So, Louis needs some medication.
And we still blow the trivia.
And we still mess up the trivia.
All right, so here's this week's trivia.
Okay.
Or so today's trivia, I should say. 'Cause
Yes.
We're gonna
we'll
give the answer at the end of the show if
Yep.
we remember. And it's going to be, all right, when Ralph went to the reading of the will of Mary Monahan's $40 million will,
Right.
what was the name of the lawyer?
Oh, okay. Very good.
He comes to the Cramden household
Yes.
to introduce himself. And,
Right. Says his name and then tells them to go to Mrs. Monahan's apartment. And he never tells them where the apartment is. But
Ralph found it.
Right. Well, you know what? She must have been a prominent person because she was in the paper.
Yeah.
But if somebody with $40 million is going to be in the paper, so. But of course, Ralph never realized that she was she must have been dressed like a pauper.
Pauper, yeah. Really. And we want to know, where did the $40 million go?
Yeah. She only
Where
gave
did they
away
go?
like
She only gave away
$75,000.
$1.
Yeah, and $1 to her
$1.
son. Right, and then she gave the bird.
I guess the lawyer got it.
Here's an interesting thought, and I think it was a real bird in there, wasn't it?
I don't know. It
I don't.
didn't look like it was moving.
But it might have been, one
He
that
was a little
just,
upset.
yeah, because
He wouldn't eat his breakfast.
Yeah. Come, Fortune, eat your breakfast. I don't know why she sounded like an old Irish woman.
Well, her name was
Come, Fortune, eat your breakfast.
Her name was Mary O'Donnell.
Oh, that's true. That
was her name.
Yeah, so that's why she had that thick Irish accent. But that bird could, if that bird was alive, if that was a real bird, that bird can legitimately still be alive today. Because those birds live to be 120 years old.
Yeah.
That's the weird thing about having those birds, because they live forever, and you have to have a place. That's why, and it makes sense, too. That's why she had something for the bird, because usually the birds outlived the humans.
Yeah.
So
There we go.
even that was, they were very factual. Mm-hmm. We always talk about how sometimes, it never would, when we dig into it, a lot of stuff doesn't, fit correctly.
Yeah.
But that makes sense.
Yeah.
It wasn't a dog. It
No,
was
or a cat.
It was a bird.
I always feel like maybe if she did leave the rest of her estate to the bird, then Ralph would have been the custodian of that $40 million, which in today's numbers is like $400 million.
Unbelievable,
ridiculous amount.
Right,
ridiculous amount.
And even though he was going to give 40% to
35%
35% to the stockholders, he still was going to get him out of the sewer at one point. Like, really? 35% of $40 million? Even if it was $1 million back then.
Back then.
He doesn't need to go back to the sewer.
No, not at all.
I'm going to get you out of that sewer. So that is the question. Mm-hmm. What is the name of the lawyer?
The lawyer.
And we'll give you the answer at the end of the episode. All right. This episode, we're going to do something a little different. We are going to do our top 5 Trixie lines.
Ooh, this is a challenge.
We've been, we kind of, we break some chops a little bit when it comes to Trixie's character. Yeah. Not Joyce Randolph herself.
No. Sweet
but
lady.
Yeah, she seems like everything you ever hear about her is that she is always a really sweet person. In New York, she's always at this diner all the time with her nephew, and she's always very receptive to fans and all that. But Trixie,
I guess I guess I had to throw her a bone every once in a while.
Because she wasn't the vitality of her character was to be, and actually, I think she got more laughs from things that she didn't actually say. Like when when all of a sudden he's like, she's gonna like it or lump it, and then she
mentioning
lumped it.
her,
right. Or the time when you hear from upstairs just taking it in the fishing store,
the pots and pans.
It's like and you got a huge laugh because you know that she just walloped him. but even though you never saw it. But we have the top, we think, the top 5 lines from the show, the funniest lines.
Some people probably didn't even realize there were 5 lines coming from Trixie.
See what I mean? That's why we're trying
to be nice here.
But of course, it's not Joyce Randolph's fault.
No, not at all.
Except for maybe one. She messed up the timing, and we'll talk about that. But let's go with our top 5 of from the show, Trixie. Okay, so number 5. It's from the episode "A Matter of Life and Death."
What's the matter with me, Trixie? Don't I get nothing?
I'm too tired.
How do you like that? I've been working down the sewer all day long, and she's tired.
That's another reason.
Now, I never realized until last week, like I never got the joke. Because he goes, hey, how come I don't get, like a kiss?
It's a kiss, because Ralph and Alice are off to the side. Ralph came in, kissed Alice.
Right. He was very affectionate to her when he got home. And Ed says, hey, what about me? Don't I get nothing?
Yeah.
She goes, I'm too tired. And he goes, oh, she's tired. I work all 8 hours all day in the sewer. And she goes, that's another reason. I never got that joke until you told me.
Yeah. I kind of figured it would be just working in the sewer.
Right.
And he never changes his clothes. Yeah. So I'm kind of thinking, that's probably the reason.
Yes. And I'm assuming that, he goes there, changes, then maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, but there's a couple of scenes where he came out of the sewer
right,
wearing his clothes with his,
right,
two scenes we see it with the costume party.
Right.
I was walking in with the Ed Norton clothes with the gas mask over it and his waiters and stuff. Yes. And then the other one, actually the same episode in the beginning.
Oh,
when he throws hey there, Flaherty, he comes out of the suit. What do you expect to see? A man in the gray flannel suit, He's still wearing his Ed Norton clothes, his vest, his T-shirt, and,
Yep. But, so
I guess that's what it meant. That,
it makes sense because he's in the sewer all day, and you probably have let's just say a slight odor,
you would think,
from work, sweating and being in the sewer, and she's like, that's another reason, which is actually very funny.
It is,
but the thing is, she kind of steps on her own line.
Yeah.
If you listen to it again real quick, when he says that, and when she actually says that's another reason, they were still laughing.
Yes.
And you almost didn't hear it. If she would have waited another second.
The nanosecond. Like we say in comedy, that nanosecond is so important.
And I think she would have been, because he would have been like, hey, I'm in the sewer 8 hours a day, 8 hours all day, and she's tired. That's another reason. That might have actually killed.
Better. Would have been better.
But we'll play
hesitation.
Yeah.
That little hesitation waltz. Right
there. Let's play it again real quick.
What's the matter with me, Trixie? Don't I get nothing?
I'm too tired.
How do you like that? I've been working down the sewer all day long, and she's tired.
That's another reason.
There you go.
Because Norton got the laugh.
He got the laugh because
and she didn't wait for the audience to come down a little bit.
Yeah. And me as a comic, I'm never used to waiting for the audience to laugh because it's always pretty quiet. So, but there is that certain thing of timing, and I understand they were doing it, and they have time constraints and all that. But that 1 second,
it's a nanosecond. It's a nanosecond.
It was a second.
Still, there's a little,
just a second,
just a beat, just
and
one little beat,
and it would have just,
I
think it would have gotten a much
laugh.
bigger laugh.
Yeah.
Yes, that is number 5. Number 4 is from the Alice and the Blonde. One of the best scenes in all 39 when they're at Burt
Wiedemeyer's house. It's fantastic.
Yes, and this line, I will say, I thought it should have gotten a much bigger laugh. It had nothing to do with her. She delivered it perfectly. It just didn't get that big of a laugh, but it's a great joke.
Well, whoever said the age of chivalry is dead was right. And I know the 2 guys that killed it.
It's a good joke. Yeah. And she delivered it good.
Yeah, she was actually pretty good on her delivery, because her delivery sometimes isn't great.
Right. But it was good.
That was probably one of her better deliveries.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe it's just the fact that it's coming from Trixie. The audience just doesn't.
They're just not
expecting
it to be like really funny.
Yeah, real funny. Yeah.
Because Alice got so many great lines that now they were expecting it.
Yep.
and that expected laughter. They're like
Yeah.
on their edge of the seats waiting.
Yeah.
Like, all right, here it comes, and then boom, it just explodes when it happens. So that is her number 4, and that was from Allison the Blonde. Number 3, this one is from The Sleepwalker, and this one actually got a decent laugh.
Yeah, it did.
And she delivered it fine, and it was okay.
Well, what do you have for dinner? Maybe it's something he eats. Well, it couldn't be anything he eats. Tonight he ate what he eats every Wednesday night. Chicken chow mein with potato pancakes.
Yeah, she got a good laugh at it.
They get a good laugh.
Yeah.
You know.
And part of it is because you're picturing.
Yeah, because it's such a bizarre meal, but it's something that Norton would eat. So
yes.
I think that's what makes it funny, because
Exactly.
it has to do with Norton.
Of course.
Two things that,
And you're picturing Ed Norton eating chicken chow mein and potato pancakes. And that's every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Every hump day, he is chowing down on some chicken chow mein and potato pancakes.
Now, I wonder if I know there are the Chinese restaurants next door or across the valley,
Right,
so that's
right.
probably where she got the chow mein. I wonder about the potato pancakes.
Maybe she
made them herself.
I think she made it herself. She seemed like she was pretty.
Yeah, she was a housewife. She was a good housewife.
Culinary.
She had a little culinary. What you call it? I guess
Yeah, prowess.
Yeah, probably
Culinary
around the
prowess.
kitchen.
Yeah,
She rattled the
absolutely.
pots and pans. I know she rattled them on Norton's head.
Right. Yeah, they always had to stretch the soup though when the parents came over. We just got to stretch the soup. How about getting something else? Open up a can. Open a can of beans or something. Stretching the soup. What kind of
water?
meal is that?
With water?
With water.
Save your jokes for the butcher.
All right, that's number 3. And number 2 and 1 are excellent. They're both very good lines. Number 2 is from Head of the House.
Okay.
Which is such a great episode. It's got the famous scene where they're drinking.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah.
And
classic scene.
Yeah, and like you always say, that's not Cramden and Norton. That is Gleason and Carney.
Without a doubt.
It's just those two guys.
Yes.
Yeah. Just perfect. And Trixie had a good line. Really good line. Here we go.
Only trouble is, do you think Ed'll know the difference? Oh, don't worry about him. He gets tipsy from reading the label.
It's a great line. She delivered it perfectly.
Good laugh.
Yeah,
she got a good laugh
really
out of that
good laugh,
one. Yeah.
absolutely.
And Norton also used the line a couple minutes later.
Yes.
About them.
Yeah,
when they walk out giggling.
Which is like, I think, the irony where she's saying that he would get tipsy reading the label, and him having no awareness whatsoever thinks that she would be the one. They must have gotten a hold of the, must have seen the label. And that's what makes that funny when he says it.
He says it too.
Because it's like, no, dum-dum, you're the one who gets it. And then obviously they take two sips and they're hammered because it's a 22-minute episode. And you got
I'm not going to drink that whole amusing bottle of wine.
Yeah. I'm sure Gleason himself would have taken a lot longer to get hammered. Woohoo!
Before he felt like he had hair on his face. I love that line.
That is such a great line.
Love
and
that
you
line.
know that he just ad-libbed that. There's no way that they wrote that.
No, that's ad-libbed. That has to be ad-libbed.
Has to be ad-libbed. He had to just think. And the way he did
just
it.
the way he said it. I got hair on my face.
Hair on my face. And Carney busts out laughing. And that was a true laugh.
Yes.
Because then afterwards, they were laughing at something that they're supposed to laugh at.
Yeah.
And you could tell they
that
were.
drunk sense
Right,
of
they were
laughter.
pretending
But that was not. That was Carney. He actually laughs
busted out
at,
laughing.
I'm going to say Gleason. He actually laughs at Gleason's line of, I feel like I got hair on my face. Great line. Great line.
All right. And so that, wait a minute. Yeah, that's hair. And number 1.
Here we go.
Number 1. I'm wondering if out there you guys have your own number 1 in your head, what you think would be number 1, but it's no comparison. It's the biggest laugh she got in all 39 episodes. Hilarious. She just delivered it perfect, and it's so funny. Here it is.
You think you got it bad? Wait till I tell you what my Ed did. 2 o'clock this morning, he wanted to get a drink of water. So he wakes me up so he can tip his hat before he leaves.
This is perfect.
Great laugh she got.
Huge laugh.
Huge laugh.
Yeah.
Coming out of her.
Yeah, it was great.
I thought it was one of her better deliveries.
Yes.
Because she screwed up on that other one we talked about before. She's kind of not screwed up, but that nanosecond wait between that line.
Yes.
And that's another reason.
Yep.
But her delivery in this one was perfect.
Delivery was great, and she also, the way she tips the hat.
Yeah, she does the motion.
Which was so great. And just tips his hat before he leaves. And the way she said it, it was done so great.
Yep.
And she deserved to get a good laugh.
She did.
Yeah.
So that's our tribute to Joyce Randolph.
That's pretty much it. But maybe we had her top five lines.
I bet you people out there didn't realize she had 5. There's kind of Joyce Randolph has 5 lines.
Yes, because I think I told you I feel that she is like the Gloria from All in the Family.
All in the Family. Yeah.
Need her there, but not like a huge cog in the machine. Just you need it.
You need it because Norton has to be married,
right?
And they basically have to have the same situation. Two married couples, no children,
right?
Same background, everything's the same, except for their personalities. But
and then
it just fits. They're friends, and of course you need the friend for Alice.
Yes, Alice's good friend.
Good friend,
absolutely. Ooh, excuse me. So, that's our tribute to Trixie. Not really Joyce Randolph, although she delivered them. And
Thelma Trixie Norton.
Thelma Trixie Norton. Yes, they told us that. I think one of the guys, a few people on the Facebook, also told us too. The Facebook group that her real name was Thelma because she was a burlesque dancer.
Yes, I think we covered that in one of our.
I think
episodes,
so. I think we talked about that.
Yeah.
So, but that's our tribute.
I actually feel better.
Yes, I do.
From bashing her for 7 episodes.
Unbelievable. But yeah, so
and she deserves it. You said well, from what things you heard, she's a sweet lady.
Yes,
she's very receptive to fans.
Yeah. And she was a good actress.
Yeah.
She did a good job. There was never although in my younger days, I used to lose my mind when she would come on the screen.
Yeah, we all did.
I would be like, oh my God, she's sucking the comedy right out of this. But she wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm just,
I heard she was successful. Her husband was a successful businessman.
Oh, okay.
In New York. I think he owned a marketing firm or something like that.
Oh, really?
And something like that. I get mixed up with her and Alice's husband. I think her husband was the one with the marketing firm. So she did well.
Right.
I mean, she did well after acting. I mean, because I guess she didn't do much after that.
I don't think so.
I don't really think she did anything. I don't think she had to.
I don't think she
had to. Because her husband was successful.
Yeah, and I think she raised her kids. And,
probably been in New York the whole time, probably.
Just enjoying her life. Yeah.
Financially set.
Absolutely. Good for her. Good for her.
Good for Joyce Randolph.
Yes. But listen, we're already at 23 minutes.
Wow.
So I think we're going to give our trivia, and then
can you play it back?
So
maybe we could talk about that episode a little bit.
What?
With the trivia answer. Give it a couple minutes for that thing we were talking about before with the trivia answer. With the estate. I don't remember. You don't even remember the trivia question? You forgot about it?
Oh, yes, I do remember. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah. No,
So let me give the answer to the trivia question.
Okay,
so it's the question was the $40 million estate that Ralph thinks he's inheriting.
Right.
There was the lawyer who showed up at the house at Ralph's apartment to announce that he was in the will and he should be at the reading of the will. What was the lawyer's name?
Right.
And it was
Johnny
Frederick
Cochran? Wasn't Johnny
Cochran. Almost. No.
Oh, okay. F. Lee Bailey?
Yes.
Was it F. Lee Bailey? Okay, good.
It was Frederick Carson.
Fred Carson.
Excuse me, Mr. Carson. I might understand that this is the fortune?
Yes.
Norton at the end.
Yes. Yeah, that was the one time he fainted, right?
Yeah. No, he fainted, yeah.
They both fainted.
He fainted. He's always, every time he fainted, he always tried to catch his hat on the way down.
He could, yes.
So I guess he wasn't totally out as he's going down.
Right. He was still aware enough to go, you know what, I don't want my hat to fall off.
Like an old Western. No hats fell off.
Yeah, while the oxygen is being sucked out of my brain, I don't want my hat to fall off because, God forbid, I get dust on my hat.
Interesting room at that reading of the will.
Yeah.
6 people
are
present.
Yes.
We have the butler, Herbert Bascom.
right? Who is
Who is
also
a butler for Mr. Marshall.
Yes.
Roberts. Plays
who,
Roberts.
It was kind of.
And he's also Dr. Hyman in the hospital. when
Yes.
Norton, the guy
Yes.
who took care of Norton when he went
Yes,
in.
when he first went in there. Yes,
And then we have Mary O'Donnell.
which I don't know.
The
if
maid?
Was she in it?
No, I think that was
I
she was
think
one
she
and
was a
done. She was
one-off,
one and
right?
done. Yeah.
Oh,
she was
come
one-
fortune.
Eat your breakfast.
Eat your breakfast. Oh, he's upset. He's
Mrs.
upset.
Mrs. Monahan.
Mrs. Monahan. Yeah, I think you have.
And then, of course, her nephew, Robert Hilliard Bradley.
It's Robert Hilliard Bradley.
And a great line in there, at least when he's left $1, and she says in the will that it'll probably be deposited with his bookmaker.
With his bookmaker.
And then Ralph, after a slight pause,
Right.
says, I hope you pick a winner with it.
just
So now I always, of course, me, knowing who I am, why I'm always thinking, is that ad-libbed or is that part of it? Just because of the pause.
Right.
Just because of the
Just
pause.
because of the pause. I wonder.
Great line.
Yeah, it really
Great
is.
line.
And people use that line all the time. I don't think they realize that they're getting that from there. Because I hope you pick a winner with it.
Yeah.
$1.
So I guess, I don't know, we don't know what Ralph did with the bird.
No, I don't know.
Because he
Apparently,
never made it to the apartment.
Nope. The 3 dogs, the bird. Nope.
The
I don't
TV.
know.
No, we don't know what happened to any of these
We
things.
don't know what happened.
When we
to all
still
the
don't know what
animals.
happened. We think Mr. Carson got the balance of that
Yeah,
of that
yeah,
estate
yeah.
because nobody else got it.
Yeah. Because, he's a lawyer, so
Yeah,
he's trustworthy.
Very trustworthy. Yeah. Anyway,
But, well,
so I hope the new trivia format works out.
yes, let's hope this works.
You had a whole 23 minutes to think about it.
Yes. But so we want to thank everybody for giving us a listen. We really appreciate it. Share this episode or the any promotion of our podcast. Share it on your whether it's your Facebook, any social media. Text it to your friends. Also, the groups we want to thank: the Honeymooners group, the Honeymooners Raccoon Lodge, the Honeymooners Classic 39 episodes, and also Edward Lillywhite Norton on Facebook, his Honeymooners Trivia podcast, and he also does Raccoon Lodge Radio.
Okay.
And I also do my show, which I've been doing since 2005, just a regular radio show / podcast called The Conti and Kenny Show. It's very funny. It's me and 2 of my other pals, and we've been doing it for a long time. And it's a Conti and Kenny show. It's on morelikeradio.com. You can look up Conti and Kenny. You'll be able to find all of it. It's on Monday nights at 7 o'clock. So that's it. Thank you, everybody, for giving us a listen. And that was episode number 10.
Yes.
And we will see you next time.
Good night.
Good
Thank
night.
you. Good night.
We'll have to do this again real soon.
How about tomorrow night?
This has been a non-productive media presentation. Executive producer Frank Hablawi. This program and many others like it on the Non-Productive Network is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives license. Please share it, but ask before trying to change it or sell it. For more information, visit non-productive.com.